Hi again, everybody. Okay, so I thought I'd just go over a few of the reasons why we might be tempted to water fast, or juice fast for that matter. The number one reason is to detoxify the body with the lifestyles that we live today, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink. We're all taking in toxins every single day. For a lot of us, we're still using chemical-based products, either for skincare or cleansing the home. So all of this is creating toxicity within the body. The pesticides on our food, if we don't eat organically, just in every way, we're sort of taking in toxins just in our environment, even if we are conscious of what we're doing. And unless we're living somewhere very pristine and eating only an organic sort of like produce, we're all taking in toxicity. So it's important to fast, to cleanse the body, whether that be juice fasting or water fasting, remembering that there's 3 levels of healing the body. Fast being vegan raw food diet, faster being juice fasting, and fastest being water fasting. Remembering also that 1 day of water fasting is said to clear 1 whole year of toxicity from the body, and 40 days of water fasting will clear a lifetime of toxicity. So therefore, my preference is straight away water fasting. Yeah, so the reasons we fast is to cleanse and purify our body, to heal and regenerate, some people like to fast for weight loss, which goes without saying. Over a 10-day period of not taking in any calories at all, you're definitely going to lose weight. Also, the longer that we fast for, it becomes more of a spiritual practice, and we start to have amazing spiritual or intuitive downloads. For me, even on the last couple of days of my 10-day water fast, I started having very intuitive dreams. And after the fasting, I started lucid dreaming, so lying in bed at night, awake, but seeing dreams sort of flash past my eyes like a movie screen, which was just amazing. And all of this comes from fasting. Fasting will also sort of like clear the mind and the emotions. So while you're fasting, a lot of emotions will rise up. So it's not just a physical detoxification, but it will cleanse emotionally as well. Yeah, so they're the reasons that you might like to fast. I think the most common reason today, though, is because there is just so much illness, so much disease around, and people are realizing that taking medicines is not making them better. It might suppress the symptoms for a little while, but the symptoms the symptoms just come back, and people are starting to realize this, starting to awaken and starting to look for options. So I think we're really on the cusp at the moment of seeing like a huge transformation where more and more people are going to be juice fasting at least, and maybe even moving into water fasting. I actually run a retreat on the Sunshine Coast in Australia, and over the last 2 years I've just seen a huge shift towards fasting. 2 years ago I could hardly convince anybody to do a juice fast, but now I have people wanting to come to the retreat just to have the support to water fast, and have just seen some amazing results just in the time of a 3-day water fast. People that can hardly walk when they come through the door, and then 3 days later are walking out with a smile on their face, standing tall, and laughing, and the pain having left their bodies. Of course, 3 days is not going to heal a lifetime of abuse to the body, but it's certainly a amazing head start. So so I would say the main reasons for fasting is to detoxify, to cleanse, purify, and rid the body of toxic plaque. The thing that we find with fasting is you start to release the mucosal lining a lot of the time, which is coated with this black tar-like plaque, which is all the undigested proteins and medications and processed foods and chemical residues all of this is stored in the body, and it makes a fantastic house for the parasites and worms. And if you remember from our first little video, parasites can cause a lot of pain in the body. Once we rid the body of these, often disease and pain will just leave the body also. Initially, my first little go at water fasting was because I'd heard by Don Tolman that, you know, fasting for 10 days was a very powerful thing to do. And in my mind, I seriously, being a skeptic, I thought there is no way that you could just have water for 10 days and survive. I just had to do it myself because I didn't believe it. So, but my experience was that the first few days, maybe 3 days, were a bit not so nice, like quite a lot of dizziness and a little bit of nausea. I think I vomited on the night of day 2. But, you know, mainly just weakness and tiredness. After 3 days, that had all sort of gone, and I just went about life as normal, really. Still walked on the beach every day for 30 or 40 minutes, went for a swim, laid in the sun. Yeah, life pretty well just went on as normal. I didn't really have any, you know, too severe detox symptoms. I think probably this is a little bit abnormal, and because I have been running retreats for the last over 6 years now, I've slowly been detoxifying my body through raw foods. So I guess, you know, my experience is probably not the normal experience. This last fast that I did, pretty much, I wouldn't even have known I was fasting. You know, over a 10-day period of water fasting, I had probably three moments for about a minute or two at a time where I genuinely felt hungry. But apart from that, life just went about as normal. I was mowing the lawns on day 8. I walked on the beach most days. Yeah, everything was just sort of pretty well went on as normal. But that is my experience. I'm pretty well just here to show you that this is 1 week after doing a 10-day water fast. In that time, I lost I was only 53 kilos, I think, initially, but I went down to about 48 or 47 kilos. So I normally lose about 6 or 7 kilos on a water fast. It sounds a lot, but a lot of that is fluid. And after a couple of meals, you straight away put, you know, 3 or 4 kilos back on. I think I'm already back up to about 52 or 53. So I've probably already put on like 4 kilos, and that's just in a week. So for a lot of people I hear, they don't even want to, you know, they might be riddled with cancer, but they don't want to water fast because they've been told that they need to put on weight. They're scared about, you know, losing any more weight. But seriously, you know, when your body's doesn't have the fat cells to eat away when it's fasting, it's going to turn to healing your body. So it's going to be eating away tumors and cancer cells and anything else that shouldn't be there. So it's just such a powerful thing, and I really hope that people can put aside that fear about how skinny they're going to get, because you will put the weight back on. Once your body's healed itself, like, you're going to put the weight on very easily. So yeah, I would just say don't let that deter you from fasting, because it is just such an amazing thing to do, such a powerful way to heal the body and detoxify the body. Yeah, so they're the reasons for fasting. Once again, to clear toxicity from the body. There are 2 reasons for disease, and that is toxicity and depletion. So when you're juice fasting, especially, you're clearing toxicity from the body, and at the same time you're filling the body with nutrients. If you think the amount of nutrients and produce you're putting into the body by juicing for 1 whole week, say, it would take you months to eat that amount of produce. So people say, oh, you know, how am I getting all my nutrients? But you're actually, in fact, getting so many more nutrients than you would if you were eating food. So yeah, so cleanse, purify the body, heal and regenerate. You know, I feel like I feel like my body's becoming younger instead of older every year, because since I've started fasting and cleansing regularly. So yeah, it's just a very powerful thing to do. And then, you know, if you're on a spiritual journey, you know, that's another reason why you would do an extended water fast to gain spiritual enlightenment. For me, the first step that I did was to do a colon cleanse, a 28-day colon cleanse, where you're taking herbs to release that mucoid plaque. The mucoid plaque with all the toxicity. You're taking herbs, you're taking bentonite clay shakes, which bentonite clay, the angel of earth, is very powerful at drawing toxins out of the body. So with that, the herbs are softening this plaque and allowing it to be released from the body. These are the reasons for fasting. I will be back again with some more information on what you need to do a water fast and how exactly to go about a water fast, and maybe what detox symptoms you might expect to feel, and then also breaking a fast, how to do this properly and safely. So again, I'll see you soon.